Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will continue the topics for Kubernetes for beginners with a new topics. In this video, you will learn about Docker command examples. You will learn about basic Docker commands that will be useful for your day-to-day basis. So as usual, I have Vagrant box here, which have Docker running in the Vagrant box inside the Ubuntu operating system. So we will try to going through all Docker command examples which available in my repo DevOps with Ridwan Bejo / Kubernetes for beginner / 2-docker-quick start. Okay, in this video, we will need to install Ubuntu or Debian. Yeah, basically you can use any Linux-like operating system or Linux-based operating system, whatever you like. Or maybe you can use Mac OS or even Windows if you have nailed it. But since we are going to use Ubuntu, we will try to install Docker CE or Docker Community Edition. Yeah, it was mentioned also in the previous video. So you can follow through the guide here for installing Docker CE inside Ubuntu. And we need Golang also. Why Golang? Because we will try to build a demo apps in this video. So before we continue, let's check if Golang is already available here. Go version. Okay, it's ready. Nah, in the section B, we need to prepare the demo app. For the first instruction, we need to create new folder which is called demo app. Let's see if I have already the project. Oh, okay, I have already the project. Nah, inside this projects, we need to have this Golang code for handling HTTP requests by responding a response called hello world and running on server 8080. So if you see here in the main Go, you will see the snippet same as snippet on the guide I've made. You can type it or you can copy paste it. That's up to you. As long you can have this code on your local machine or on your server. Nah, moreover, you need to save it. So once you save it, it's good. Now we will see the Docker file inside it. Docker file. Now, what does it mean? In the Docker file, we will try to pull image called Golang Alpine 3.23, which means this Docker image will help you to run Golang application based on Alpine Linux version 3.23. After pulling the image, you need to run APK update to make it able for installing another package in case you need it. But if you don't need it, that's fine. Now, and then we change the work directory into /app instead of root and copy main.go in this demo app projects from host into the image. So the main.go will be available under /app directory inside the image. And then after you copy the main.go, you compile the main.go with go build and you will have the binary. Finally, you need to change the permission into executable binary by using chmod plus x to app/main. And the entry point must be /app/main. So whenever we run the Golang apps inside this image, it will pointing directly to /app/main. Yeah, basically this is not an ideal setup for deploying Golang on production, but this is for demo purpose, so I think it should be safe for us to continue. Nah, what else? Before we continue, we need to ensure that our machine are able to log in to Docker account, our Docker account. Why? Because we need to log in order to let us push our build image from local or from server. Yeah, basically in the CI/CD pipeline or in the server, the authentication method will be much different rather than local. But if you want to do it from your local machine, at least you need to do the sudo docker login -u. To login -u, Ridwan, that's my username. Nah, so for the password, you need to type it and just wait for it until you get notification login succeeded. It means you are ready for pushing the image, but we will explain it later. Okay, let's move to the section C. In the section C, we will start the Docker commands from the building the image. So we will start by building the image. So in the example, we have lettuce, but for now, we will build the image with different tag. -t, it means tag. So we will have tagging here. For example, we will start from not that one. From this one first. Let's see what will happen. So you have to see that when building the image, all process will be taken into account for building the image. So basically it will pull the image, run the instruction inside the Docker file, and finally finalize the image into an image. Yeah, you can see the example output are pretty much same. So how can we check the build Docker image? We can use the command sudo docker images. Sudo docker images. Now you can see here, you will see that there is hello world go p100 and other images. That's good. It means our images are successfully built by using Docker commands. But before we go to push the image, how can we run the Docker image into a container? So in here, there is a basic command called docker run, which means we can run the Docker container as a daemon on port 8080 map into the host port, into the 8080 also. And the container name is demo. And we are using image hello world go p00. Nah, we only see the hash ID here. We don't see anything. Are we able to see created container from our image? Yeah, we can see it. We can see it by using sudo docker process min a. Now you can see it that your application is running. The hello world go p 1.0.0 is up and the name is demo. But is it really running? I don't think so. We need to check the logs. So we can check the sudo docker logs with specifying the container ID that we want to check. So it's running. It said that server is running on port 8080. Pretty much same with the example output, yeah. But is it really running? We need to test it by using curl. It's running. It's returned hello world. Nah, but I'm not sure if it's really running. We want to see if we can, if we need to see if the application can handle continuous requests. So that's fine. Let's see the log again, but by specifying another params called -f, or it means that we will follow the logs. Whatever logs coming into the container, we can see. We already see 2 lines. The service is running on port 8080 and receive get request /. Nah, we only need to make multiple requests. So if you see on the screen, when we create a when we create a continuous request, the server send an output that it's already handled the request. So it's really working. Okay, let's stop the logging. So what else we can do with the Docker? So there is another command which is pretty much simple to use. It's called remove container. Nah, but if we don't use the -f or force, it will return this response. And a response from daemon cannot remove container blah blah blah. Container is running. Stop the container before removing or force remove. It means we need to stop the container first, but it's not a pretty it's not a pretty convenience. So if you think that the container is safe to be deleted by force, you can specify -f, so it will delete your container. Let's check again. Now container with name demo is no longer exists in our host. Okay, nah, what else? Assume we want to delete the image. Yeah, basically we can delete it. But in order to edit it, you need to find the ID of the image and add -f. It means it will delete the image by force. Okay, that's all for the basic Docker commands. And now, how about pushing our image to Docker Hub? So before we continue, we need to understand that Docker Hub is a container registry platform. What does that mean? It means users or organizations can host their image in Docker Hub, and it can support multiple images with different versions. So by performing certain authentication, you can pull the image wherever you want, whenever you want. And it's not just about Docker Hub. There are multiple container registries which are available in the market. For example, AWS Elastic Container Registry, GCP Artifact Registry, and so on. But Docker Hub is one of the easiest container registry for personal usage or organization. Moreover, for this demo. So let's see. we need to log in first. Basically, I need to sign in. Okay, let me take out this first, yeah. Okay, let's move back. So whenever you log into your Docker Hub page, you will see your image list. Yeah, it's called as repositories here. Now, from this guide, if you want to create a new repository, just hit create repository button in here. Then you can specify the repository name and add short description. But if you are a pre-tier user, you only can have one private repositories and the rest of your repositories must be public. Yeah, I have already created the repository called Ridwan Bejo / Hello World Go. So there are two view. If you are logged into Docker Hub, you can see your private view. This is only visible to you and collaborators. Sorry. But for public, for anyone who don't have access to your repositories, they can access this public view only, which only contain the overview and text. Now we will try to push the image here by using a different text so you can learn that Docker Hub can host your image with different version. What else? So it's quite easy, right? You just need to log in, create repository, and that's it. You can have a Docker repository at live. Now, before we continue, we need to build again the image because we delete it for the sake of demo. Let's build it again. Sudo docker images. Let's use a different tag. Hello world go. Sorry. v1.0. Okay, let's enter. And let's see on the Docker images, we have a different tag here, which is pushable to the Docker Hub. Yeah, cross finger. I hope it works. I have tried in a rehearsal before I record this video, so hopefully it works. Okay. So we need to push the image here. Yeah, sorry, this one is incorrect. It should has a Ridwan Bejo /. What does this mean? We can push the Docker image to repository to the account called Ridwan Bejo, to repository helloworld.go, and the text will be p1.0.0. It works. If you see layer already exists and push, it means the Docker push is succeed. And then after some time, you can see that there is a output like p1.0.0 digest and the SSH 256 hash ID. Okay, if it succeed, let's check. It should be available here. Nah, it's available in the public view. How about in the private view? It's also available. Okay, that's good. What else? Nah, okay. So we can understand there are multiple basic Docker commands, which is essentials for every DevOps engineers and software engineers. And now we also learn about pushing the Docker image to container registry like Docker Hub. But how can we pull the image? So before we pull the image, let's clean up some image here. Let's delete. Delete also. Nah, we can pull the image here by using sudo docker pull Ridwan Bejo, the organization name, / hello world go, the repository name, and call on p1.0.0. Let's try. I hope it works. Okay, it's pulling. You can see that extracting. And status download neural image for Ridwan Bejo hello world go p1.0.0. And let's check the Docker image. Okay, it's ready. Let's try to create another container based on the hello world go v1.0.0. Control L sudo docker run sudo docker. Nah, oh sorry, it's incorrect. We need to add Ridwan Bejo here. Let's check the container based on our build image. Okay, let's try. Oh, okay, it works. Our new build image can be pulled from Docker Hub and can be used to create a new container. So what's the point of having this tutorial or this video? Basically, this image will be pulled from Kubernetes when you define a deployment. So for example, you create a deployment called hello world go or called hello world. When you specify the image from Docker Hub, it will pull the image. So when you pull the image from Docker Hub, it will create a pods and container within the pods based on the image you specify from your container registry. So I can jump into the pods tutorial, but I believe it will confuse everyone because how can we get the image without building it? So it's better to learn how to build the image, in the same time how to push the image and pull the image with Docker basics command. And Kubernetes is just another tools for pulling the image and create a container in distributed way. So I hope you can understand after watching this video, and we can move to the next video for learning Kubernetes pods. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.